So the first thing, this is called officially, you guys ready? Binomial expansion. The reason it's called binomial expansion is because binomials are 2, and we're raising them to powers, right? So here we go. The first thing I want you to do with your neighbors, I would like you to start with this dude. I'd like you to just go x plus 1 times x plus 1. I want you to claw it and put your answer right there. It's not scary. We start with a not scary one. Hey, Isis, if you're not up for doing this today, that's fine. Just go ahead and let me know. I'll write your pass. You can head going. It's up to you. Okay. You should be right. Jackson, you got this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
nice and easy. This shouldn't be scary. Nice, easy baby claw. X squared plus 1x plus 1x plus 1. And I put these two guys together. X squared plus 2x plus 1. That's literally algebra 1. We guys, we're good at this. We've done it a ton. We're pros. Easy, right? Now we're going to do the next one. And the next one is x plus 1 to the third. And this is when it stops being fun and it starts being a pain in the ass. So let me, I just taped that. So let me show you what we're going to do on this one. So here's what it looks like. Let me go ahead and get a good pen. We're going to say x plus 1, x plus 1, x plus 1. But we don't really know how to do claw in 3 ways. We don't. But here's what we do know. We've already done 2 of them right here, haven't we? So I'm going to get rid of these 2, and I'm going to use that guy, because I've already done him. So I'm going to say, wait a second. These 2 guys I got as x squared plus 2x plus 1. I already got those. And now I'm going to do this guy right here. And I am going to super claw it. We're going to do just one of these. But I want you, because you need to practice it, because you got one of these on the final, I want you to practice doing a very careful super claw right here. Here's what it is. He goes here. I see you, Chris. I'm not ignoring you. It goes here, and it goes here. It goes here. It goes here. It goes here. I want you to do it carefully, and I want you to write the answer right there. Yes.
Why did we put the x plus 1 3 times like that?
Because we're doing it. We're doing this one.
I see.
Yep.
I was so confused. I thought we were still like.
No. Because now I'm moving on to this one. I said, how do I do that? And it's like, oh, you know what I can do is I already know what 2 of them are. Now I'm just working 1 more in. Right? Okay. You're super clawing right now, Jackson. Do that for me, okay? Okay, I'm going to do it with you too. So I'm going to go x times x squared. I'm going to get x to the third. Remember, we changed the last name. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 1 is 1x. Then you know me, I do the ones right below it. You got it, baby. 1 times x squared is 1x squared. He's going to go underneath. 1 times 2x, 2x. 1 times 1. Ugh, I hate these. I don't like doing these, and I don't want to do these. And I'm going to tell you tonight, you are doing 5 of these. And if you're thinking, Miss T, I'm not doing it, that sucks. You're right, because we're not going to do it this way, because that's a nightmare. Because guess what would happen on the 4th? I'd have to take this garbage stuff, and I'd have to do it again, right? So I'd have to take this right here, and I'd have to do the whole thing over again. And if I wanted to do this guy right here, I'd have to do it over again. And the chances are, it would take me about 8 minutes to do one of them, and chances are I'd make a mistake, right? So the question is there a magic way, Mrs. Tarantino? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to show you something right now. I am going to get the answer to this last one without doing any work. I'm just going to write the answer up right away from my head. And it's not because I've done this all day. I'm telling you, by the end of this period, you would be able to do it too. And the answer to this is And if I wanted to, I could even do this one in my head as well. And I'm doing it not just because I'm showing off, I am, but because I am going to show you a little bit of magic in a second. Okay, so here we go. We're going to learn some magic right now, and it's like we're changing directions completely. I'm going to pass this out. This guy is one of my favorite things in math of all time. If you want to make it beautiful, I have cool pens. That's how the marker I got on Jackson's desk. If you want a cool pen to make it beautiful, we're going to fill out this cool, crazy triangle, and I'm going to give you a little bit of history. Yay, I get to be a history teacher for a while. But I promise you, by the end of this, you will, like everyone today was like, you actually like this stuff. And he said, yes, it's very fulfilling. In a freaking math school. No,
Like, dude, what did you do in the Great War? You said it so weird. Which one? Got it. Got it. He's a fast teacher, bro. Extra credit.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just gonna write it.
No, we'll talk through this. Let me just.
Basically, it's called a one-pager. I know, but like I don't have like the copy of it. I only just I can see it.
I can give you a copy. Yeah. I can give you a blank copy.
Yeah, I'll do
that
it.
means you just have to redo it.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Product, no, I have to look.
I was like, there's no way I'm the only one that's.
No, it happens all the time. Not all the time. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
I'll send Jack to spill that. Okay, so here's what happens. This is called, in any other class, it's called Pascal's triangle. But that makes me mad, and I'm going to tell you why it makes me mad. Blaise Pascal was this mathematician from France in the 1600s, and even to this day, here it is, 500 years later, we refer to this as Pascal's triangle. You know why we do that? Because he was a white man. And because he's a white man, we call it Pascal's triangle. But the deal was, what a big stealer he was. 200 years earlier, the Chinese knew about this crazy triangle that we're going to do. So do we call it the magical Chinese triangle? No, because we're a white patriarchy. And you know what? That sucks. It was probably a Chinese lady who did it. That's what I'm going to tell myself. So, no, we will not be calling it Pascal's triangle. We will, because that's what the teacher will call it. But I'm going to call it magical Chinese triangle, because you know what? Screw the white male patriarchy. So, there you go. So here's what. Some nice Chinese lady made this pattern up. And I'm going to show you the pattern. You're going to write it down. And it's super easy. It's almost like a pattern a baby would make up. Like, it's really easy. But when they started looking at it, there was all sorts of weird things that started happening when they looked closer at it. Like things that didn't, like, it's like, how the hell does that work? So here comes the pattern. You're going to write it in your little triangle. It's very, very easy. The first thing that the cool Chinese lady did, I swear to God, I know it's a lady, because you know what? That's just how it rolls. So she put a 1 right here, and she put a 1 all the way down. So today is December 1st. If you're someone who celebrates the Christmas time, think of this like a weird mathematical Christmas tree and put 1s all the way down. And if you don't, you're celebrating cool Chinese magical triangle. Okay, nice and easy. That's easy. First thing, yep, down the side. Thing to know, this thing goes on forever, right? If you look it up, you don't look up weird Chinese triangle math, because it won't say that. It'll say Pascal's. But like, I've seen ones that have it to 200 or to 2,000. It just goes on and on. We're only going to do some. Now the trick is, how do we fill in the other spaces, right? And it's super, super easy. It's just the 2 above it added together. So 1 plus 1, 2. So this guy is 1 plus 2, which is 3. And this guy is 2 plus 1, which is 3. Right? Next one, I'm hearing it, 4, 6, 4. Do you guys see where I got that 6 from? It's the 3 and the 3, right? It's kind of fulfilling to fill it out. Every year some kid goes, do I have to memorize it? I'm like, no, just write it. It's like, once you do it, it's like super easy. It's, again, kind of fulfilling. Like, it's like, oh, every year I teach this, I love writing the triangle. 15, yes, I'm hearing that. I am hearing that 35. So 7, 21, 35. 35, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, I just was lost there for a minute. 21, 7, right? Again, it goes on and on forever, but we're not going to need that. So they had this. Yay, they had it. And again, this white guy says, no, I invented it. And it's like, no, you didn't. You stole it from a Chinese lady. So, so they looked at it and they said, okay, that's kind of interesting. It's a triangle. And here's the first thing they found. They found in the second and third rows combined, and we're not going to worry about that, they found this thing called the Fibonacci sequence. And I'm going to just tell you briefly what that is. Some of you have heard of it. It's the thing, that pattern that shows up in nature. Like pine trees and pine cones grow in this Fibonacci sequence. And seashells grow in this Fibonacci sequence. And they thought, that's weird. We just made this weird pattern up, and stuff from nature shows up in it. And they're like, okay, that's kind of cool. Is there anything else weird about it? And then they said, hey, there's another pattern in here. And I'm going to show it to you. And it's kind of weird. And then I'm going to show you the best one in a second.
I see it.
So the first one has to do with the number 2. So if I take 2 and I take it to the 0 degree, that's just the number 1, right? There's the number 1. And if I take 2 and I took it to the first degree, that's just 2. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And then if I take 2 and I take it squared, that's 4, which is 1 plus 2 plus 1. And if I take 2 and I take it to the third, that's 8, which is 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. And it keeps on going all the way through. 2 to the fourth is actually 16. And 2 to the fifth is 32. And if you add all these up, you get 32, right? And it was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And it works all the way down. And I was like, okay, handy. You don't have to memorize it. You can just get it off here. But that's not the cool one. The cool one is this one. And if right now, if you're thinking, Miss T, you get just too excited about this, it's not that interesting. This is the one that it's going to trip you guys out. So if I take the number 11 and I take it to the 0 period, to the 0 degree, I get 1. And there's 1. If I take 11 and I put it to the first, what is 11 to the first? It's 11. It's 11. And if I take 11 and I square it, what do I get?
121.
No way.
I know. It's gypsy magic. 11 to the third. I'm so glad that Brooke said that, because you know what? I just think, I don't know why, this trips me out. It's just the coolest thing ever. 11 to the fourth, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. It's weird, magical Chinese math. I don't know. So right now you're thinking. So when they discover this, they're like, okay, interesting. But the fun doesn't stop there. So here's what I want to show you now. So we're going to go back to this problem right here, right? So hold on a second. Let me clean this off. Let me throw a few numbers on here. Let's put a 1 here, a 1 here, and a 1 here. And hold on, I got to grab the little guy. Here's my little triangle. Okay, here's my triangle. Watch this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, you guys watching? Here we go. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 3, 3, 1. 1, 3, 3, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 5, 5 here. And 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. It happens for any, it happens. And so it turns out, not only does it work for x plus 1, with a little bit of work, it can happen for x plus 3 to the third power, or 2x plus 6 to the third power, or even x plus 8 to the ninth power. The Pascals will do all the work for you, and you just have to do a little bit of organization, and it takes, like, once you get the hang of it, your homework is 5 of these nasty problems, and you'll get it done in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because it's like, holy crap, Pascal did all the work for us. Or that cool little Chinese lady. So we're going to try it, we're going to practice it. Now here's what I need to tell you. The first time we do it, it's weird. And you're going to be like, what? The second time you do it, you'll be like, okay. And by the third time, you're like, easy. And freakishly, really fulfilling, because it's not a lot of thinking. It's just like, ooh, and it just goes in things. You might want to calculate it out, because sometimes doing 2 to the third power, you might be a little lame at. So there you go. Grab a little phone out. That's totally fine. And here we go on the back. We're going to do it. We're going to thank that nice little Chinese lady for helping us out. Here we go. So normally, this problem would be a giant pain in my butt. I'd have to claw, and by halfway through, I would quit. And I'd be like, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to miss it on the test because I don't care. But I'm going to show you now. You're going to be like, oh, I love these. Okay. So the first thing that we have to do these problems is we need to have our little triangle out, because it's going to help us. So I am going to write it in really quickly. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Do I have this memorized? No, I'm just doing it by adding them because they're freakishly fulfilling to me. Okay, we're not going to get much bigger than that today, so I'm just using that. So the first thing is, I need to know, if you remember back here, look at this, I use different rows, right? I use different rows. So the first thing I have to ask myself is, when I'm doing a problem, what row do I use? So here's what you got to notice. The key on these ones is the little exponent, right? We're going to look at that little exponent. In this case, it's a 4. So what I go to is the second number in, I find the row that has a 4 in it. I don't use the first numbers because they're all ones. That would be dumb. So I need to look at the second row in. One of those rows has a 4. Do you guys see it? It's this guy right here. So I am going to use the things in his row. We call that in math the fourth row, but it's not really true. Because if you start here 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll use the wrong row, right? Use the row where the second number is the number you're looking for. It's the fourth row, okay? So we're going to be using a 1, a 4, a 6, a 4, and a 1. So the first thing that we do is we are going to go up to this guy, and in the very front, those are, yes.
How do you decide which number to input besides like the 1?
I'm going to teach that. We'll get that. So first we're going to use the row though. So 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. We're going to put it right here. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And Lucas, you're just on top of it. We're heading right there. Now the next step is my favorite step because it's easy. If you noticed on all of these problems, all of these answers, did you see how the X's just went down a step every time? 3, 2, 1, none. 4, 3, 2, 1, none. Every single time. Well, you know what? That happens every time no matter what. So here's what. We need to start with 4 of them because it's to the 4th. So nice and easily, we're going to put x to the 4, x to the 3, x to the 2, x to the 1, and we've run out. There are no more x's, so you leave this guy blank. right? I'm scribbling it out, right?
How many X's there are?
Oh, because I use the exponent. It's to the fourth power. Great question. Everybody cool with this? Now the only trick is now to deal with the 2, and that's what Lucas was asking. It's like it's not a 1 anymore, Miss T, it's a 2. So we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the X's, except because the 2 is in the back, we're going to start in the back. Does that make sense? So I am going to say 2 to the fourth power, 2 to the third power, 2 to the second power, 2 to the first power, and I'm out of 2s. I got no more left. So the only math that we're going to do, because we've done no math, we've just been grabbing stuff, we're just going to clean this up. That's all we're going to do now. Talk to me. Yeah. Chris, start.
So the 2, we do the 2 from the right to the left side?
Correct.
Okay.
And here's how I remember. 2's in the back, start in the back.
Okay.
Right? Question.
What did you decide on 1, 4, 6, or 1?
I used my Pascal's triangle. I used the fourth row. And the reason I use the fourth row is because it's to the fourth power, fourth row. And it's not really the fourth row, but that's what they call it. Does that make sense? Okay, here comes our math. A little bit of math, nice and easy. You know what? 1x to the fourth. You could call it 1x to the fourth, or you could just call it x to the fourth. It's up to you. Right? Yay, that one's done. Oh, because it was in here. Good question. Okay, now the next one. 2 to the first power, you know what that is? That's just 2, right? But I got to combine it with this guy. 2 times 4, that's 8. 8 x to the third. That's the only math that you're going to have to do. Like, that's as hard as it gets. So on this next one, look what I have. I have a 2 squared. Let's not call it 2 squared. Let's call it 4. And now we're going to put these 2 guys together. 4 times 6, what is 4 times 6? 24, awesome. 24x squared. 2 times 2 times 2, do you know what that is? That's 8. And you could have used your calculator, but we're not going to write 8 because we got to remember to combine it with this guy. So we're going to say 32x. And finally, the last one, we would use our calculator and just go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And if you did that, you would get 16. And you're done. No clawing, no mess. That's it. That's it. And now on this first one, you're like, that's hard. By the time we get to the third one, you'll be like, and it goes super fast. Yes?
So the 2 goes last?
Yes, because it's in the back. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to try another one. By the second one, you're going to be like, I'm better. By the third one, you guys are going to be pros. So here we go. You guys ready? So first thing I have to do, I have to build my little triangle because I didn't do it. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, so here's what. This is to the 5th power, right? The 5th power. We're going to be using a lot of 5th powers. I have to go down to my triangle, and I need to find where the second number is a 5, because it's to the 5th power. That's not a 5. That's not a 5. That's not a 5. Oh, there it is. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So do me a favor. Write those numbers in the first spot. Again, it's just like once you get the hang of it, it's freakishly fulfilling. It's freakishly fulfilling. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, next, yes. You will. Yeah, I'll put one up on the final, and they're really easy to build, but I'll put one up, yeah. Because you're right, on the little ones, I kind of do it in my head, but when they get to the 5s and the 6s, I need my triangle. And that's not bad, right? It's like a little recipe card, right? The next ones are the X's. We love the X's. The X's are the easy ones. X5, X4, X3, X2, X1, and then I'm out of X's. And now we do the exact same thing with the 2, but we go backwards, right? We start in the back. So we're going to say 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2. Uh-oh, did I mess one up? 5, 4, 3, 2. Why am I wrong?
You did it. You missed.
I forgot one right there. Oh, yeah. I'm like, that's wrong. I missed one right here, huh? So, sorry. 2 to the third, 2 to the second, 2 to the 1, and I'm out of 2s. I'm out of 2s. Okay. This one's a little bit trickier to do, but you've got a calculator, so it's not hard math, it's not crazy math, it's just a little bit of calculating. So 1x to the 5th, yay. Next one, 5 times 2, 10x to the 4th. Next one, 10 times 4, right? Because that's 2 squared. 40x3. Oh, I think that's 8, right? So 80x squared. Ooh, this is the only one that's scary, and I would do this on my calculator. I'd go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. And is that 80?
Yeah.
Is that 80 again?
Yeah.
And then the finally one, I'd go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and I get 32. No mess, no fuss, no dirty dishes to clean up when you're done. That's crazy how long that was teaching me.
So 3 got 8 right there. Is that 3 times 2 times 2?
It's 2 times 2 times 2.
Oh, okay.
2 to the third, right? 2 times 2 times 2, and then times 10.
Wait.
2 to the third. 2 times 2 times 2.
Oh, okay.
3 2s. Okay, can you try, my brave little victims, this one on your own? Are you ready? Try the last one on your own. I freakishly love these. I don't know why. They're just really fulfilling to me. It's kind of like, I don't know, meditative. Thank you.
I'm drawing a pencil, bro.
Did you get it? I'm going to do it. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. Let's see how quick I can do it. Okay, so I think it's 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, x4, x3, x2, x1, no x's, 3 squared, 3, 3. Hey, by the way, 3 to the 4th is 81, and 3 to the 3rd is 27, in case you want to know that. It's the 4th row, because it's got a 4.
Yeah, but I'm saying the 4th row is 1, 3, 3, 1.
The 4th row is the row that has, don't count, go to the row that has the second number has a 4. Right. It's really a misnomer that when teachers call it the 4th row, it means, here's a better word for it, the 4 row. You see what I'm saying? So not the 4th row, the 4 row. The row with a 4. Hey, did you get this? I'm getting x to the 4th, 12x to the 3rd. I'm getting 54 on that one because I did that as 9. Careful, not 6. Yeah. That's very common. 54 x squared. Ooh, 27 times 4. 108. Thanks, baby girl. 108x and then 81. That's it. That's as hard as it gets. Once you get the hang of it, like I said, it's very meditative. It's very like, ooh, it's like, magic. I love it. But it looks pretty hard. It looks like what? I love the the 4 row, the row with so this would be the 5. This would be the 6 row. Does that make sense? Because it's really one of the 6th row. It's the row with that easier. Hey, can I check out the pink assignment or the purple or whatever color it was? Is it purple?
Sure.
Oh, I wasn't okay. You can go show it to Kyle, the yellow. I will. Hey, don't forget if you're taking that test with me. Jackson asked me a really good question. There he is. She wants to do that credit recovery that's coming out next week, but he can't find the test that he wants to redo. So I will give him a blank one. The good news and the bad news is he's got to go.
make that 15%?
Wait, Miss B, if you have them, that's how you.
You just have to fix the ones you missed.
Oh, perfect.
Right? No, it doesn't have to.
25. Okay, and I'll be doing that.
Yeah, that's fine. You just gotta let me know. Don't tell me now.
Oh, I know. I get it. Let's say you know, study class.
You write a note that says.
I get it. Yeah.
Or hot dog, it doesn't have to put something in for him because it's gonna I love these. Look at you finishing your homework. You get nothing.
Dude, she's not. I'm doing it myself.
But now the last one, you can do it by yourself. Yeah, just
Reading in red.
yeah.
Oh, last one, like, yeah. How much points is the final gonna be?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's say I have like a 70% and then I get a piece of the final. You think you get so hard to do it?
Now that's going to be possible. Here's what I'm don't count. Because the chances of getting double the test on the hard section is done. Does that make sense? So it is absolutely possible. I want
Plus, if
to
I've been going super studying for the test today. Plus, I get A on this test too.
that can totally
Help me a lot.
yes. It's going to be on it, right?
We test practice, I get it.
And you get to do those test practice, right?
I'm doing everything together.
This is a little early for me.
Honestly, though, I don't want to get it.
What time are we at?
What do you have right now? 74. I have a 74. It's still gonna be hard.
No,
I don't have to. Right. Oh, I thought you were checking. And you also have you have to go to the final or you're gonna get.
let me do this. I'm checking out the purple one really, really quick. I got like 5 minutes to share. Okay.
Oh, so it stays.
I'm looking for the purple one.
Oh, wait.
I will, let me check off and I'll come in. Number 3. Sorry, number 3, I took too many spaces. Oops, that's me. Just cross the last space out. You know what? I made this myself on number 2. Do you see what I'm saying? I just put too many ones. Yeah, that was,
Like this one?
yeah, like it's supposed to, because it's only the third, so it's gonna have 4. Didn't Mr. You were taking from Caesar or what? Did he take us out?
No, we wouldn't like, he just did like a more complex form, I guess. Kind of like, he just explained it away.
But this just makes it so much better, yeah. So tomorrow we'll deal with some negatives and stuff like that, but today,
Yeah, he's not gonna like,
So, Kyle, Dariana's gone, Ari, is here, so we'll switch that up. So if you're seeing me mark Dariana, we'll mark you. It's kind of handy. No,
I got 50 on my second test.
Chris, did you get your homework there?
So, if I get an 81,
Probably will.
I think you're gonna have to.
Yeah, on that one, I might, just last, just that one. It's 4 spaces at the bottom, and I want myself. Trust me. Right? So. Thanks for being here, because I know you're not feeling good. Oh, I have them. I did them. I don't have a way to show them, but I have them. I'm gonna, I'll take a picture and I will post it in Google Classroom if you want to see them. I have answers, right? You want, and, yeah, I have an answer key if anyone wants to come, but I'll post it in Google Plus. I feel like that. That's just, no, you need to.
Apply and then
And, oh, what is that for naughty sojourn and budget homework for you? And all the way around except for nothing. I get like 45 homework tasks now. Okay, so, yeah, Chris is here, hold on 2 seconds, I'm just doing the alphabet. Julia, I think that's, and I think.
So this is
Oh, you have done it.
oh, this is how do I get the first? I know you
Oh,
have to this.
So, I did on the study, the one who has to do it, but what you would do, just so you know, this is smart, you would plot, and then you do the negative shape everyone sign, and then you.
On this team, I was in the bathroom.
I got you, I couldn't, yeah.
Hey, you get mine?
I did. Did you put the on it?
Water.
Water and anything?
Yeah.
Do you get this stuff?
Yeah, I what? Right here? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it.
so what are the
Jackson,
I need to get the
I'm gonna pass out on, not tomorrow, next Monday, and you have till the day of the party.
to turn in?
Yes, yes, so I'll have it all ready to go next Monday, so you have plenty of time to work on it, because I know you have other stuff coming up. And then I will give you your credit, your final review package early as well. Oh, that's fine, never mind, go away. See, freakishly fulfilling. Are they not? Yeah, you do, you do. Get out of here, y'all bug me. Isn't it like almost time? Isn't it 13, 14? When do we get out?
13.
Yeah, isn't it 13? I have 13 on my watch. Is it not 13? Go, be gone, be free, run away.
Oh, yeah.
See, 70 freakishly fulfilled. You might not, like no. How to write it into circles. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The problem is I need to get it now I don't know what to do.
He's like, I understand. Yeah, I was like, oh, no.
Yep. That's amazing. So I'm getting the answer. Yeah.
So is it, why is it not 6?
Back to 6.
What's the second one?
So back is 5 that adds.
Ah,
Not back is 5 plus 5 plus 5. And these are squaring it, not multiplying it. It shows up on the graph. 5 squared, not 5 times 5. So if you got 5 and you need 1, it's not going to like that. Yeah, 5 squared is 5 times 5, that's 5 times 5 times 5, right? Because, let's see, oh, are you doing 5?
No, I'm showing her first.
Oh, I was doing 5 over now.
Why are you doing it twice? No.
what is the minimum? The minimum
To the point is the lowest one, and you're going to say whether it's the minimum or the maximum. So it's minimum. Right? When we did the projectile, they were all max, right? And then you just say what it gets just this far down. So it's negative 9 is below. Yep.
I have a question about that too. Is it
Yeah, I told you. There was something else that we did where we had to write like how you did the translation, like reflected over the x-axis. Yeah, it's 2.
okay?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, it's hard to make.
See, it doesn't make sense.
What?
So this thing, I don't get this. I don't get like.
Hold on just a second, let me give you a reaction. I love me some, hey, and you know what? Stole.
That was freshman.
Yeah.
Binomial expansion.
Why can't?
Well, you know the formula where you
Right.
the coefficient is left, so it's not
We'll do that.
an x.
Oh, we're doing that tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. But you know what's cool about, it's an interesting even, history thing. Pascal didn't invent it. It was done 300 years earlier by Chinese. But because we're such a white patriarchal society, guess what? It's called Pascal's triangle, not crazy and awesome Chinese triangle, right? So there are 2, so the test looks like this. It looks like this and this, and then 2 of these, just like this. You can have this, because you have this period to work on it, and then these ones, I have the answers. Does that make sense? Yes. So, how excited are you? You guys going to take a trip up there to like look at dorms or anything? Or?
I got to Oregon State too. I just got to Ohio State.
Oh my God! So you were 4 for 4. Oh my God! But Oregon is
University.
yeah. I mean that's your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done. She's done. So
I told Miss Reimer too. She was like, "Oh my God."
do you know like where you're gonna? Have you been to the university?
Yeah, my friends
Okay,
are there.
okay,
So
good.
I've been in like their dorms.
Right. So you know all that stuff that you can start thinking. Oh my God! It's
Was
so
like
early.
I'm like,
Okay, go click that button. Go click it. Do you think you might go to Oregon State?
Or maybe you'll get better off.
No, she's done. She got into all 4 that she applied for.
That's all the ones you want.
Yeah.
What did you get into?
Central Washington, Western Washington, Oregon State University of Oregon. My brother went there. He loved it. Which one? To University of Oregon.
Because it's a big flagship school. You get the whole football thing. You get the whole fraternity thing. You get the whole thing. You get the whole package. You do. It's amazing. It's awesome. I'm very excited for you. And now I'm gonna talk.
What are you studying?
Education.
Like,
Teacher.
oh, just education.
Not a math teacher, but
No, because you're
math.
you do that. You do that.
Statistics.
Yeah.
Library.
She's so quiet. Very sweet.
And
It's
regular
very
stats
difficult.
or AP
Yeah, but
stats?
her sixth period, at the end of the day, she's very monotone.
It's very hard to say like.
No, we're gonna learn that tomorrow.
I don't know how. Because the people walk out of it.
Is it that? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Oh, no, and she's super nice. It's like,
She's the sweetest.
like, I don't know how
I
to
get
say
so
like,
tired.
like it's one of those things where you feel like you have to like put spit on your eyelids to keep your eyes awake, right? Because it's like,
Literally.
you do that nodding thing, yeah. Like,
It's so.
yeah, that thing where you're like this.
That is right.
Can anyone see that? Yeah. Did you have an actual question for me?
How does-
What a day for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hit the button. It's been taken this whole time.
Oh shoot.
That blue one, the blue